You know what happened on July 6, 2019? The world thought they were witnessing a sweet little royal christening. Adorable baby Archie, traditional gown, happy family photos. Oh, how lovely. But what if I told you that this moment, this seemingly innocent christening, was actually the beginning of the end for Harry and Meghan's royal life? Now, if you're a royal baby, there's a script for this kind of thing. You get christened at St. George's Chapel, the same place where Harry and Meghan got married, the same place where Harry himself was christened in 1984. It's tradition, it's expected, it's what you do. Welcome back to Royal Cookies, where we serve up the juiciest royal gossip with a side of heart-wrenching humanity. Please remember to subscribe and click on the notifications bell icon, so you will be notified whenever we upload new cookies about the British royal family. Now, on the surface, this sounds perfectly reasonable. New parents wanting a smaller, more personal ceremony for their baby? Absolutely lovely. But here's the thing about royal life. Nothing is just about what it seems. Every decision is a statement. Every choice is a message. And this choice? This was Harry and Meghan saying, "We're doing this our way." Little did we know, this was just the beginning of a pattern that would define their entire relationship with the royal family. The christening wasn't just about Archie. It was about autonomy, control, and the first crack in the royal facade. The official guest list reads like a who's who of royal family politics. William and Kate? Check. King Charles and Queen Camilla. Well, they were Prince Charles and Duchess of Cornwall back then. But you get the idea? Check. Doria Ragland, Meghan's mum? Check. But here's what's fascinating. This guest list was basically a snapshot of the royal family at its most functional. Everyone was there. Everyone was smiling. Everyone was playing happy families. The official portrait shows this perfect moment of unity. 3 generations of royals, all gathered around this tiny baby. But if you look really closely at that photo, you can see the tension. The body language, the positioning, the way everyone's arranged. It's like a royal game of chess where everyone's trying to be supportive while simultaneously protecting their own interests. Charles and Camilla, trying to be the doting grandparents while managing their own royal duties. William and Kate, being the perfect supporting brother and sister-in-law while dealing with their own growing family pressures. And Doria, representing the Markle side of the family, probably feeling like she's navigating a minefield of royal protocol. Archie wore the traditional royal christening gown, a replica of the historic Honiton lace and satin robe that's been worn by generations of royal babies. This gown represents centuries of royal tradition, made by Angela Kelly, the Queen's dressmaker herself. On one hand, this was Harry and Meghan showing respect for royal tradition. They could have chosen something modern, something different, something that reflected their own style. But they didn't. They chose the traditional gown, which sent a message: we respect the institution, we honor the history. But here's where it gets interesting. They chose tradition for the gown but rejected tradition for everything else. The venue, the privacy level, the media access. They picked and chose which traditions to follow and which to ignore. It's like they were saying, we'll honor the past, but we're writing our own future. And honestly, this christening was their way of showing they could be royal on their own terms. The Sussexes wanted privacy for Archie's christening. They kept the guest list small, they limited media access, they controlled the narrative. Sounds reasonable, right? Every parent wants to protect their child's privacy. But here's the royal catch-22. The more privacy you demand, the more curious people become. The more you try to control the narrative, the more people want to know what you're hiding. And when you're funded by the taxpayers, Privacy becomes a luxury that comes with a price. The media coverage of Archie's christening was intense. Every detail was analyzed, every photo was scrutinized, every decision was debated. People wanted to know why they chose a private chapel. WHO was invited, what this meant for the future of the monarchy. The Sussexes thought they were protecting their family. But what they were actually doing was creating a dynamic where every private moment became a public statement. Every choice to be private became a choice to be controversial. This christening wasn't just about a baby. It was about the fundamental tension between being a public figure and wanting a private life. And that tension? It would eventually tear their royal life apart. 5 years later, Archie is now 6 years old, living in Montecito, California, with his little sister Lilibet. The family that once gathered in Windsor Castle's private chapel for his christening, they're now scattered across continents, barely speaking to each other. But here's what's fascinating about this anniversary. It's happening at a time when the Sussexes are clearly trying to find their balance between privacy and public life. Just days ago, Meghan shared a glimpse of their July 4th celebration on Instagram. Homemade cupcakes, little hands grabbing treats, a peek into their family life. It's like they've figured out how to give people what they want. Those sweet family moments, while still maintaining their boundaries. The christening anniversary isn't just about looking back. It's about seeing how far they've come in managing their public-private balance. The irony? The privacy they desperately wanted in 2019 is something they've actually achieved in California. But it came at the cost of their royal life, their family relationships, and their place in the institution they were once part of. Looking back at that christening photo, knowing what we know now, it's like watching a disaster movie where all the warning signs were there but nobody paid attention to them. Charles and Camilla, trying to be supportive grandparents while managing the transition of the monarchy. William and Kate, dealing with their own growing responsibilities while watching their family unity crumble. Harry and Meghan, already feeling isolated and misunderstood. If you're obsessed with royal strategy and environmental impact like I am, make sure you're subscribed to Royal Cookies because we're serving up the most sustainable royal content on YouTube. And remember, in a world full of fast fashion and royal scandals, sometimes the most revolutionary thing you can do is wear your values on your sleeve, preferably in a gorgeous shade of green. Sophie's proving that environmental activism isn't just about what you do, it's about who you become. Until next time, keep munching on those eco-friendly royal cookies.